Yeah, this is a quick one. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. Good afternoon, Nigerians. It's 12:03 Central Standard Time here, which is 6:03 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes. Question for Nigerians. I just read something about the state of the Nigerian Armed Forces, credited to General Yakubu Gowon. Yes, the genocide time head of state of Nigeria. And it was interesting. Yeah, I don't know why this man at 92 cannot just go to sleep one day and wake up to tell the whole of Nigeria the truth, so we can find a way to move on. He's releasing them piecemeal, just little by little. It's not good. General Gowon, General Gowon, General Gowon, General Gowon. You were 37 years old, or you were in your 30s when you became head of state. You were not ready to be head of state at the time, because you didn't think you had any ideology that drove you beyond the ideology of being a northerner, and that was all that was required for people to become head of state or become anything, just that regional nationalism. That was you came back. The story was Mundawo. Mundawo means we are back. Yes, after the first coup that was supposed to be a revolutionary coup by our standard and by the testament of people, even those who benefited from it, who are now vomiting because they are nearing their graves. So they must speak the truth so that God perhaps will accept them in his kingdom. Yes, the last being General Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida. Yes, he spoke about the first coup, that it was a revolutionary coup. It wasn't an Igbo coup. But I'm sad that there are some people still holding tight to it, including the loquacious preacher they call, what is his name again? The one who ran for APC presidential nomination and failed so woefully. Bakare, yes. Bakare, the horrible liar on the pulpit of Nigeria. And I don't even know why people still go to his church. Series of lies. Yes, series of false prophecies that came to naught, never materialized. This was the man who prophesied the death of Olusegun Obasanjo when Obasanjo joined the presidential race way back in 1999. Obasanjo is still kicking hard and may even outlive him. And he lied. The most recent one he lied was about him becoming the next president after Buhari. Primary came and passed. He did not even share, even if it was a fraudulent primary. He did not show light at one of the first three finishers. So sad. People still go to this man's church and listen to his lies, the litany of them. And then the most annoying thing he said a few days ago that I came across was how Tafawa Balewa caused the Igbo race. Who is Tafawa Balewa to cause a whole race? What did the Igbos do to him that he will cause them? Because perhaps an Igbo man, I don't know how true that was. I know that the first coup was a Nigerian coup, a pure military affair, that the media in Nigeria, corrupt media, driven by a section of the country, turned it into an Igbo coup, even though the beneficiary of that coup was supposed to be Obafemi Awolowo as a prime minister, which his confidential secretary, Odia Ofemu, confirmed in 2 books. And a lot of other Yorubas confirmed that Awolowo was to be the prime minister of Nigeria with that coup. But the media and some stupid Yoruba people still hold on tight to this obnoxious impression that it was an Igbo coup. And that was what Bakare said a few days ago, that he had come to remove the curse Tafawa Balewa placed on the Igbos. Who the hell is Tafawa Balewa to put a curse on a whole race? That is nonsense. And we all know, the world knows, God knows, that the Igbos are where they are because Nigerians are jealous of them and they're ganged up against them. and in the process exterminated them. 5 million Igbos unlived when it was over. But the people still refuse to die. Yes. And the people of Nigeria still don't see a reason to think otherwise and actually put the administration of Nigeria in the hands of these people. So we will be rescued from the darkness we have been placed in by those who thought or who still think that they own Nigeria. So the reason for this is, that's a digression anyway. The reason for this is to tell Gowon to just come up with a comprehensive position and the truth about what happened that he knew. He knew everything that happened. God spared his life to be where he is right now, instead of him just speaking the truth, so that when he goes home, he will truly rest in peace. And the burden on his heart, which is heavy, very heavy, will be relieved. He doesn't want to do it. He's putting them in piecemeal. You know what Gowon said today? He said that the Nigerian Armed Forces was a united force. The force remained united through the genocide that he referred to as a civil war. It wasn't a civil war. God knows, you watching me today knows that it wasn't a civil war. A civil war does not involve a whole country jumping on one race. No, that wasn't a civil war. It was extermination, and it's evil. And that is why Nigeria is not moving forward. The failure of Nigeria to admit that whole truth and come to terms by way of apologizing officially and then giving reparation as the need arises, a people who were so battered, destroyed, and made incapacitated, and at the end of which they were given 20 pounds each for those who had bank accounts in Nigeria, even though they were billionaires before the war, before the genocide. They were given 20%. Tell me one Nigerian ethnic group. Tell me one Nigerian ethnic group that will survive that. And you know what? These people came back. So there is something about them that actually should provoke a research. Yes, but Nigerians, Africans don't think. Yes, they forget in a jiffy. Yes, that is why we are suffering. So Gowon said that there was unity in the armed forces. Today, there is no unity in the armed forces. That is a strong statement. And then Nigerian armed forces only unite whenever they want to unite. It is their only unity is only when they want to go to the Igbo land, whatever they call Biafra, on the southeastern Nigeria. That is when you see the real Nigerian unity to kill the people further. Yes, but they can't unite when they are fighting Boko Haram. Some people will tell you that don't shoot them because they are Muslims. All right? Yes. As somebody said it, in the case what happened in Plateau, before this series now, the latest series, Ahmad Gumi, he was telling the Muslim soldiers to not shoot at the Muslims. All right? So why do we have a country like that? So General Gowon, thank you, but no thank you for this little truth that you spoke. Nigeria, the truth is that Nigeria has no army anymore. The army has been messed up by tribalism, and now the army is going through occupation, infiltration by Boko Haram and Fulani bandits. So we don't have an army. And you know why? This is the reason why young people from the south of Nigeria, especially the southeast, south and somehow southwest, are no longer interested in joining the army. And I call on them to not join. Why are you joining an army that will tell you to point a gun at your own people for no just cause? Not because there's any reason for military incursion or military involvement in operation that would bring peace. The army does not bring peace. The army never brings peace anywhere. Soldiers are trained to kill. Yes, that's what they do. But now soldiers are the ones enforcing the laws in Nigeria. What do you expect? And now the army has been politicized, religionized, tribalized. Yes, it's a mess. So this army of Nigeria, this army in Nigeria, deserves to be dismantled, dissolved, so we can build a people's army. And it's coming. We will build the Nigerian People's Army. This one we have right now is not an army of the Nigerian people. It's an elitist Fulani army of Nigeria. They use Nigerian emblems. They use Nigerian armored vehicles. They use equipment and weapons purchased on behalf of a sovereign Nigeria to wage war against the people of Nigeria. So we have no army anymore. Shout it to the world anywhere you want to say it. I said it. There is no Nigerian army. If there was Nigerian army, a lot of the problems, especially with insurgents, taking over a whole geopolitical zone, and they have taken a second, will not be happening. Yes, the army that is chasing little Bello Truji. Yes, the army that was chasing Shekau. Now, where is Shekau? They told us that Shekau is dead. Where is this dead body? We don't see them. Tomorrow now they will tell us Truji has been murdered. No, those people have completed their tour of duty. So they are within Nigeria, enjoying in Nigeria. Shekau never died. Let someone prove to me that Shekau died. And then if they come back to announce the death of Truji tomorrow, it's a lie. You know the funny thing? How can you have an army of Nigeria, the Minister of Defense, from whom General Musa Christopher is taking instruction? Yes, a bandit. Bello Matawale is a bandit. Ex-governor of Zamfara State. Ex-governor of Zamfara State is a bandit and a terrorist. He still holds meetings with the bandits and terrorists. He reserved a whole place in the Zamfara State House, official State House. He gave part of the State House to leaders of bandits in Zamfara State. Yes, Zamfara State of Nigeria. Yes, that produced Nigeria's defense. I don't know what General Christopher Musa, what goes into his head when he sits down and look at the Bello Matawale face to face, eyeball to eyeball, knowing who he is, knowing what he represents, knowing his history, and then they discuss defense strategy for Nigeria. They discuss anti-terrorism strategy in Nigeria. I'll be laughing. So this guy, Christopher Musa, is most unpatriotic. Yes, the army chief is most unpatriotic. All the service chiefs are most unpatriotic. If they cannot stage a walkout on Bola Ahmed Tinubu for making their life so dangerous, for endangering the lives of our servicemen, and they look at him and take instructions from him, what kind of human beings are they? Yes, sorry, they are patriots. You make me a chief of defense staff, and I'm working with a terrorist and a bandit as minister of defense. What instruction am I supposed to be taking from him, for goodness sake? And on the other side, this vice president is a terrorist with link to Boko Haram. And are we serious? We are not a serious people. We are not a serious people. We are a most unserious people. And now we are moving en masse to APC, the hub, the home of all the masterminds of terrorism. Oh, really? And then we hear the Fulani Sultan in Sokoto, north of Sokoto. We hear him talk nonsense all the time. We hear him propagate Sharia in states where he doesn't even have a jurisdiction. And then we keep quiet and look at him and say, what now? What are we telling Nigerians? Yes, Nigerians have become an empire of cowards. People who should be speaking don't speak for whatever reason. Yes, so the country is effectively in the hands of terrorists. Yes, and terrorists and drug dealers work together because they give children that they arm drugs. And then that's the connection. They arm them and then give them drugs to kill, to have no mercy when they are on duty. Yes, this is what we are dealing with. And Nigerians are preparing for an election. How are you going to get that election done? Where is the pathway to your election? Election without a preemptive electoral reform. We should have our electoral reform right now as we speak. assuming there was any serious plan to really, truly hold an election. The electoral reform that Nigerians will see usually will come a week before the election, and it is not mostly unimplementable. We are tired of that. So this is the reason why those who are of the conjecturing the idea of an election, I ask you again, we have been through this so many times. We went through it in 2019. We went through it before 2019. We have been going through it. We need a permanent and a total electoral overhaul. And then to unbundle the INEC, to make it an independent organization that is insulated against political manipulation. No, they will not do it. We want an EFCC that will be independent and insulated against political manipulation like the FBI is here. No, they are not going to do it. But they listen to the foreign powers. Yeah, they listen to foreign interests who never tell them the truth. When they praise you, you know you are buried. You are dying. The other day they were praising Nigeria as doing so well. IMF praising Nigeria. IMF is for to officiate the death and burial of developing countries, especially in Africa. And and Nigerian people were celebrating the validation of poverty by IMF. Why can't they come and ask me? Yes. So this is the foolishness. How will you tell me that an economy is growing when in fact the people are dying? We are not a serious people, for goodness sake. I thought I shared this with you. I'm going to be leaving soon because I have a lot of work to do, and on Nigeria and some few personal things. I don't even have a personal life anymore because I put my life for the salvation of Nigeria, and that's why it hurts me when especially those I'm fighting for, the young people, they still are not getting the message so that they come out and then let us stand on a platform to challenge the evil in Nigeria. But, well, I will continue to preach to you. This is the message I was sent by the Almighty to do. I am not looking for money from anyone. Do you see me asking you for money? No, I'm not. If you like, follow me. I don't buy loyalty. Those who have money, they want to support what we do. You can do so, but we will never go on our way, on our knee, begging anyone. And that's the same way I will not go and buy anybody's loyalty. Buying a loyalty is like buying love. Yeah, either by a woman or a man. If you buy love, the love will expire. If you don't have money to extend it, the love dies. All right? So let us do this organically. We can make it happen from the east, west, north, and south. I am for Nigeria. My mission is not to divide Nigeria. Yes, the division of Nigeria will be the very last card when everything else fails. But I pray that we don't get to that point. Because if I join those who want Nigeria divided, Nigeria will be divided. Seriously. If I put my mind behind those who want the country to be divided, that country will fall apart without not much ado. But I want Nigeria united for the bigger picture, looking at Africa as a whole, because the mission is to ultimately unite Africa, and so we can end all our internal problems. This is what the big imperial powers don't want. They hate to see that Africa will be united behind one leadership, without borders, with one economy, with one reserve bank, and upon all, with one military. You know, Africa has all this. Yeah, you bet where Africa will go. I love you guys, and please share my message. General Gowon, thank you for the truth you spoke, but it's not enough. We want you to speak the whole truth. That is why God is keeping you alive. Speak the whole truth so that the whole of Nigeria will hear. You are the last man standing in that war. Speak the whole truth. Speak what you did. Speak everything that you are involved. You are suffering right now as an old man. Do it. Do the right thing so Nigeria will be free. So all of us will know where the trouble started and how we can coexist. It's important. It is simple, and I know you can do it. Yes, you said it. No more Nigerian army. Nigerian army is gone. It was good for you at the time against the Igbos at the time. It was good. Nigeria was united, against the Igbos like you have always been united. Anytime the Nigerian army is united to fight the Igbos, you see no problem. They'll bulldoze everywhere. Yes, I saw the story of a young woman who relocated to Ihube from Abuja. Yes, she couldn't live in Abuja again because the cost of living there was so high. She came, started a restaurant in her hometown. The Nigerian army, yes, driven by Fulani extremists, came, bombed her restaurant, leveled everything. In fact, they burned down that whole village, Ihube, in Imo State. And then sadly, the corrupt Nigerian media did not do anything. They didn't report it. I was the one who did a story on Ihube. Go to my YouTube channel to see the assault on Ihube at channel 1 on ONN. Again, at channel 1 on ONN. I have over 2,500 revolutionary messages that can set Nigeria free and make it surpass the United States in terms of development, growth, and everything. Yes, Nigerians are sleeping because we are so tribal. This tribalism, who will help? He help you, he not help you. Oh, you are Yoruba today, right? What is Bola Tinubu doing? Are you Yorubas? Are you living better than the rest of Nigeria? Absolutely not. So let us abandon this tribalism. Come back, let us be Nigeria. It doesn't take you anything to be my fellow Nigerian. I am not taking anything from you. The only thing we have is to make Nigeria better for all of us. So why are we killing one another? We follow old colonial people, yes, who should be dying, and then we keep on that trajectory. We are not going to get anywhere. Let us come out and be Nigerians. Much love to you guys, and take care. Bye for now.